So what is up, guys? Welcome back. In this tutorial we're going to do the actual coding part. We're going to do the image generation with OpenAI API, and we'll be coding obviously in Python. We would be doing all those three things that we have seen before in the theory part, which was image generation first, and then we would be editing the images, and then we would be creating variations of an image. So let's start with this thing. First thing obviously you would need to do is import OpenAPI and initiate the client. Next up, we would be starting with the actual actual request. So the way we do it is obviously importing clients images dot generate. This is the API. This is how you can use it. First thing you need to set up, let the request know what kind of model do you want to use. Obviously you can only use DALL-E 3 or DALL-E 2. Then you can provide the prompt. So I've just given this prompt in which I'm saying people camping attacked by a grizzly bear. You could note here that the word grizzly is spelled incorrect, but I believe the model will be able to know that by itself. Okay. Next up, we'll be giving the size in which we want the the image to be. Next, we would want the quality, so you can either give standard or HD. HD obviously would be charging you higher, but obviously the quality would be better as well. N equals to 1, this would tell us how many type of variations or how many choices do we want in the responses in the output. For DALL-E 3, obviously you can only get one response, but when you set this to DALL-E 2, then you can get up to 10. Next up, we just need to run this part. I believe it should be fine. So this thing took around like 10 seconds, which was fine. And let's see how the response was. So it would give you in a URL that you can just open, and you could see these are the people. They got scared, and there's a big grizzly bear, obviously. So yeah, this is like that simple, right? You just have to give up the prompt and the other things, and you'll be getting the actual output. Next up, we'll be doing editing the images. I've already, by the way, in the data in here, I've provided there is a image. There's an image that says lounge area, and there's another image that says lounge area masked. Basically, the only difference is that there's a lounge open. There's nothing special in here. The masked area is where I've added the mask. So this part is transparent, basically. Both of them are in PNG, so it should be fine for you to get started, right? So let's start with this thing. First, we'll be using client images.edit. Then we'll be adding DALL-E 2. We'll be adding the location of the image. Then we'll be adding the mask, the location of the mask image. Then the prompt. The prompt in here, I'm just saying that I want to see a cat playing near the sofa, right? And we can add the n equals to 1 and size, and I believe this should be fine. Yeah, we just need to go ahead and run this, and I'm just gonna wait until this thing finishes up. I believe it should take like somewhere 10 seconds as well. Let's see. So once that thing finishes, you would be able to see a URL, and this is the image. As you can see, we covered this area. It added something like a cat, although it doesn't completely looks like a cat, but yeah, that's a cat. And as you can see, we have it was masked, so it did fill the rest of the area by itself. Well, next up we'll be creating some variations of an image. So let's see. So it's the same one, client images.create image. Then you can add DALL-E 2. You can add the image that you want to create. So I've provided this thing, a colorful parrot in here. So it's just a parrot, colorful. This is the image, and we're going to create variations of this. And you could do, in this case, or you could give n equals to 1, but I've given n equals to 2. This way we can generate multiple, variations, and we can explore which one do you want to, choose. So next we just give the size, and we just let this thing run. While it would take a little longer than 10 seconds because we are generating 2 images. So I'm just gonna say response data 0.url. So this would give you your first image, and this would give you your second image. Okay, so let's just do this. So you have these 2 images. So as you can see, this is the second image. So this was the image, right? As you can see, it removed eyes, and this beak looks a little unnatural. The feathers are not that clearly visible. This is the other image in which, if you remember, in our previous project, in our previous photo, the parrot was this side, like on the left side. But in our in this thing, if you see that the parrot is facing this side. So although this could be something that could be acceptable, but this is how it is. These are the two variations that it gave us of the original image. So yeah, with this we also finished with the the variations of that image. Actually, this is the code. Yeah. And next up we'll be doing the actual project of image generation, and that would only be uploaded obviously on my Udemy course. So yeah, see you guys there. Thank